Today we celebrate St. John Henry Newman. He was the 19th century's most important English-speaking Catholic theologian and spent the first half of his life as an Anglican and the second as a Roman Catholic. He was a priest, popular preacher, writer, and eminent theologian in both churches. He was born in London, studied at Oxford, was a tutor at Oriel College, and for 17 years was vicar of the University Church St. Mary the Virgin. He eventually published 8 volumes of parochial and plain sermons, as well as 2 novels. His poem Dream of Gerontius was set to music by Sir Edward Elgar. He's the one that wrote Pomp and Circumstances that you hear at many graduations. After 1833, Newman was a prominent member of the Oxford movement, which emphasized the church's debt to the church fathers and challenged any tendency to consider truth as completely subjective. Historical research made Newman suspect that the Roman Catholic Church was in closest continuity with the church that Jesus established. In 1845, he was received into full communion as a Catholic. 2 years later, he was ordained as a Catholic priest in Rome and joined the Congregation of the Oratory, founded 3 centuries earlier by St. Philip Neri. Returning to England, Newman founded oratory houses in Birmingham and London, and for 7 years served as rector of the Catholic University of Ireland. Before Newman, Catholic theology tended to ignore history, preferring instead to draw deductions from first principles, much as plain geometry does. After Newman, the lived experience of believers was recognized as a key part of theological reflection. He wrote 40 books, 21,000 letters. Most famous are his book-length essay on the development of Christian doctrine, on consulting the faithful in matters of doctrine, Apologia Pro Vita Sua, his spiritual autobiography, up to 1864, an essay on the grammar of assent. He accepted Vatican I's teaching on papal infallibility while noting its limits, which many people who favored that definition were reluctant to do. When Newman was named a cardinal in 1879, he took as his motto, Cor ad cor loquitur, heart speaks to heart. He was buried in Rednall 11 years later, and after his grave was exhumed in 2008, a new tomb was prepared at the Oratory Church in Birmingham. 3 years after Newman died, a Newman Club for Catholic students began at the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. In time, his name was linked to ministry centers at many public and private colleges and universities in the United States. In 2010, Pope Benedict XVI beatified Newman in London. Benedict noted Newman's emphasis on the vital place of revealed religion in civilized society, but also praised his pastoral zeal for the sick, the poor, the bereaved, and those in person. Pope Francis canonized Newman on October 2019. So there you go, John Henry Newman. Started out as a non-Catholic, became a Catholic, and a priest, and a bishop, and a cardinal. Pretty good, huh? God bless you, one and all. May your path to heaven be a joyful one.